Can artificial intelligence make a better case on who's the GOAT in basketball, LeBron or Jordan, better than someone in your barbershop or on your timeline or your TV? Well, using AI, no, not that AI, but using ChatGPT, I'm going to have AI answer one of sports' biggest questions. Okay, so now we're in ChatGPT. Once you open up an account, it's free. This is what it looks like. I'm all dark mode everything, so this is why it looks like that for me. So think of AI as a voice assistant on steroids, okay? So ChatGPT gives you a nice little layout here of examples of what it can and cannot do. It gives you examples, its capabilities, and its limitations. So it can give you things like explain quantum computing in simple terms. Got any creative ideas for a 10-year-old's birthday? And how do I make HTTP request in JavaScript? Okay, so it's letting you know the power and the range that it has. Okay, capabilities. It remembers what user said earlier in the conversation, allows user to provide follow-up corrections, and train to decline inappropriate requests. Okay, cool. So telling you what it can and cannot do, but also limitations. The limitations, it may occasionally generate incorrect information. So we want to be careful of that. You can't live and die by AI, not yet, as of yet anyway, right? So can't live and die by AI. And we need to be careful with that, especially in this debate, in the sports debate. You don't want it to say Jordan has 5 championships when we know he has 6. We don't need that to happen. So we will keep an eye on that. May occasionally produce harmful instructions or biased content. That sounds like the barbershop, the timeline, or TV to me. So I'm not too concerned there. So AI is pretty much like the internet as a whole. Limited knowledge of world and events after 2021. Again, sounds like the barbershop, the timeline, or TV. So again, not too concerned there. So let's start with just a simple thing. Who does ChatGPT using AI, who do they think is the greatest basketball player of all time? Okay, there are many great basketball players. Difficult to say who's the greatest of all time. Some people believe it is Michael Jordan. Others believe it is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar or LeBron James. Ultimately, it comes down to personal opinion. Okay, so we're not getting that much there, but it does give us Michael Jordan. It does give us LeBron James and Kareem. So shout out to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Harlem's finest. Sneak it in there. All right, so that's a pretty generic answer. That's not really giving me the information I'm looking for because I'm trying to embrace debate with AI. Okay, so let's get specific. LeBron or Michael Jordan? Let's just get right to it. Oh, wow. AI is not for play. As I mentioned earlier, it is difficult as per my last email type talk. Okay. All right, well, they're giving me something here. Both LeBron James and Michael Jordan are incredibly talented, have achieved a lot in their careers. Again, generic. LeBron James, 3-time champion. Up. See? This is what he said. It could be inaccurate. LeBron's got 4 chips. And 4-time MVP. Michael Jordan's a 6-time champion, 5-time MVP. Okay. Ultimately, it comes down to personal preference. Some people may prefer da-da-da-da, while others may prefer. Okay, so some people may prefer LeBron James because of his scoring and passing abilities, while others may prefer Michael Jordan because of his scoring and defensive abilities. Okay, so now we're at least getting some information from the AI, okay? It tried to check me by saying, as I mentioned earlier, but then it tricked it off by saying LeBron's only got 3 rings. So can't be doing that, AI. Can't be doing that. All right, so now I guess let's get really specific now. I guess we got to dive a little deeper. Let's ask it reasons why LeBron is the greatest basketball player of all time. Okay, let's see. Ooh, it's giving us a full rundown. Oh, this is great. All right, we are going to let AI cook on this. And then I'm going to do the same thing for Jordan. And then we're going to compare and contrast how this works. Oh, AI is going off right now. It's going crazy. A lot of bullet points. 5th bullet point. Okay. All right. So do the same thing for Jordan, and then we'll do the compare and contrast. Okay. All right, same layout. Let's get the bullet points. So this is going to be a compare contrast when it comes to these bullet points. Ooh, I'm seeing some different language. Oof. Yeah, this is going to be spicy. There's some words I'm seeing for LeBron that I'm not seeing for Jordan, and vice versa. I'm seeing some words for Jordan that I'm not seeing for LeBron. All right. Now, they both get 5 bullet points. Let's quickly go over LeBron. LeBron's bullet points. He's one of the most dominant players in the history of the NBA. He is a 3-time NBA champion. He gets it wrong again. So it's 4 times, not 3 times. He is a 4-time champion, 4-time MVP. He needs to be named to the All-NBA first team 10 times. I'm going to assume that's right. I'm not really trying to count all of that. He is a versatile player who can. Okay, so let's compare bullet point to bullet point. So LeBron, the most dominant players in history NBA. Michael Jordan, he's one of the most successful players in the history of the NBA. So off rip, dominance versus success. AI is saying LeBron is dominant. AI is also saying Michael Jordan is successful. Okay. They both get into the championships. They both won chips. We understand this. No mention of Jordan's all NBA first teams. So AI does not mention the finals MVPs at this point for LeBron, but they do mention it for Jordan. They have here 6-time NBA champion and 5-time MVP, and he was named the NBA Finals MVP on all 6 occasions. That's not the first bullet point. Interesting. Okay, let's go down to the second bullet point for each. LeBron, he is a versatile player who can score, pass, and rebound at an elite level. He is also an excellent defender who can guard multiple positions. Let's go down to Jordan. He was a dominant scorer who could score from anywhere on the court. He led the league in scoring on 10 occasions and finished his career with an average of 30.1 points per game, which is the highest in NBA history. I think that's correct, but let's just double check. Michael Jordan, going here to Basketball Reference, 30.1. Yep, 30.1. Okay, so they got that right. All right, so on this occasion, AI decides to talk about LeBron's versatility and his skill set and how he's elite at all of the above. And they throw in that he's an excellent defender who can guard multiple positions, whereas Jordan, just talk about them scoring dogs, just putting them points up, getting them buckets. Okay, point 3. LeBron, he has consistently performed at a high level throughout his career. He has led the league in scoring on 4 occasions and has been named to the All-Star team 16 times. Okay, so now we get into LeBron's longevity, you could say, and the fact that he's led the league in scoring. So now the AI is trying to give you the scoring aspect of it. Whereas Jordan, third bullet point, he was an excellent all-around player who could also rebound, pass, and defend at a high level. Okay, so they said LeBron could score, pass, and rebound at an elite level, but Jordan could rebound, pass, and defend at a high level. High versus elite. Interesting word usage. Okay, so now we have, he was named to the NBA All-First Team 9 times. Okay, so now we get into some of Jordan's accolades because they gave that to us early with LeBron. Now they're giving it to us in the middle here with Jordan. Named to the All-NBA First Team 9 times. It was named the NBA Defensive Player of the Year in '88. A lot of people sleep on that achievement. That is a huge nugget that deserves to be talked about more in this GOAT conversation. But okay, so in the third bullet point, we get into LeBron's longevity. As opposed to the third bullet point, we get into Jordan's accolades. But we do need to note that they said Jordan can rebound and pass and defend at a high level, whereas LeBron, they said, he can score, pass, and rebound at an elite level. He said he's an excellent defender. Excellent versus high. I'm not sure who wins there, but it's interesting. Rebound and pass, elite for LeBron rebound, pass, high level for Jordan. Okay, let's go to the fourth bullet point. LeBron has performed well in the playoffs where the competition is the strongest. He has been named the NBA Finals MVP 3 times. Okay, so this is where we get into LeBron's championships again. Wrong, because he's won it 4 times. But, NBA Finals 3 times and has led his team to the NBA Finals on 10 occasions. So, okay, inaccurate here because it's forgetting the bubble. The bubble doesn't exist to AI, apparently. Okay, so now the fourth one for Jordan, he was a fierce competitor who never backed down from a challenge. He had a legendary will to win. It was known for his clutch performances in big games. Okay, so clearly the AI knows about Last Dance and talking about Jordan was a fierce competitor. So now we're getting to, I don't want to say leadership type stuff, but it's kind of mentioning that Jordan was a fierce competitor who never backed down from a challenge, legendary will to win. Whereas we're still talking about LeBron's accolades in the playoffs. So that's interesting here because we're not getting into anything in regards to LeBron's competitiveness or competitive nature. So that's interesting. Not much there to chew on, but I think it's just, will we get about LeBron being a competitor? Let's see, the last one. He has achieved a lot in his career, but he also continues to improve and evolve as a player. Despite being in his 30s and his late 30s, he is still one of the best players in the league. Okay, so that doesn't really, so no mention of LeBron's leadership, no mention of his competitive nature or anything of the sort. Whereas with Jordan, he was a cultural icon who transcended the game of basketball. He was known for his signature moves, such as the slam dunk and the fadeaway jumper, and his popularity helped to grow the game of basketball around the world. Okay, so now this is where it gets a little interesting because it seemed like early on that the AI was a little biased towards leaning on LeBron being the GOAT as opposed to Jordan. But now as it went along, as the reasons went to 5, by the 4th reason, it got to be a little weak for LeBron. Whereas Jordan, we're talking about one of the most successful players in the NBA. He was a dominant scorer from anywhere on the court. He was an excellent all-around player who could also rebound, pass, and defend at a high level. He was a fierce competitor who never backed down from a challenge. He was a culture icon who transcended the game of basketball. Those are strong reasons out the gate, 1 through 5. Whereas LeBron, he's one of the most dominant players in the history of the NBA. He is a versatile player who can score, rebound, and pass at an elite level. He has consistently performed at a high level throughout his career. He has performed well in the playoffs where the competition is the strongest. That's where it gets weak. He has achieved a lot in his career, but he also continues to improve and evolve as a player. That's where it gets weak. That's where it gets weak. AI is giving you 5 reasons each for why LeBron and Jordan are the greatest basketball player of all time. But when you compare and contrast the two, Jordan's reasons are way stronger. Jordan's 1 through 5 is stronger than LeBron's 1 through 5. So is AI saying, can we make the conclusion that AI, ChatGPT, is saying that LeBron James is not the greatest basketball player of all time and Michael Jordan is? This is something we need to figure out here because here's the reasons. AI is telling you, would 1 extra chip and 1 extra finals MVP change all of what AI was able to generate for the reason why LeBron is better? Because it missed it. It says he has 3 when he has 4. But they got all of Jordan's numbers correct. And he even got the cultural icon part and the fierce competitor. We don't see that for LeBron. There's no talk of LeBron's competitive edge or his fire. There's no talk of him being clutch in leading his team to type of victories. Like it says, he led his team to the NBA Finals on 10 occasions, which is not correct. It's 11. But I mean, just in the sense of there's no talk of him, carrying teams that had no business to the finals being there. This is interesting. There you have it. AI has spoken. Do you agree or disagree? Some of you mad. I know some of you LeBron people are mad. Hey, don't blame me. It's AI. It's ChatGPT. It scours the internet. It, looks up history, articles, news, facts, archives, stats, all of that to spit out information. So I asked it reasons why LeBron's the GOAT and reasons why Jordan's the GOAT, and you saw it. 5 reasons for LeBron, 5 reasons for MJ. Compare those 5 reasons. The language is way stronger for Jordan being the GOAT than LeBron. So don't take it up with me, take it up with ChatGPT. But let me know in the comments. Do you agree with what AI is spitting? Do you think there should have been some other reasons that would sway one over the other? Now we understand, LeBron has 4 chips, not 3, so AI got to get that together. But do you think that really would have made a difference? I'm not sure. I don't think so. From the language you use for Jordan, it's telling me Jordan is the GOAT. So if you're of a certain age, you're probably co-signing. If you're a little younger, you probably think it's LeBron. So, or maybe no mention of Kobe. Let's talk about it. So let me know in the comments. Let's continue the discussion. But this is the first in a series of videos that I'm going to do where I'm going to ask AI using ChatGPT some of sports' biggest questions. So if you're into that and you're getting some value from this video, hit that like button, subscribe to get to the next series of videos, and I'll catch you on the next one.